guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Elder Ford in Tampa, and guess what? Special lucky day. We have the official Shelby American truck here and a display of Shelby vehicles like none other. But before we dive into this first of many to come reviews of these amazing cars, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So we have the all-new Shelby Super Stakes. So this is a GT500SE Special Edition. They're just making 100 of them. It's $30,000 on top of the price of a GT500, and guess what? It's not just about aesthetics. There's actually a lot of performance that they're bringing, over 800 horsepower out of Ford's Shelby GT500. Now, Carroll Shelby has had that connection going back for so many years. Many people saw Ford versus Ferrari, and what was great about that movie, a lot of non-car enthusiasts became car enthusiasts and really wanted to share this excitement of this man named Carroll Shelby and what he was doing with Ford performance products. Now, based out of Las Vegas, originally they were based out of California, and that's where the original 1965 Shelby GT350, and then of course in 1967 was the first year of the GT500. Now, this being a GT500SE, let's talk a little bit about that history. It goes from 67 to 70. Then there was no Shelby GT500s until 2007. That series ran until 2014, and then the big news from Ford Performance was that they were bringing the Shelby GT500 back in a very big way. 760 horsepower from the factory, making it the most powerful Ford production engine ever to be produced. But guess what? That's not a true Shelby American vehicle. This GT500 SE gets a CSM number, gets extra performance, gets that Shelby touch by the engineers, designers, and the rest of the crew at Las Vegas. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this GT500 SE and see why it is the ultimate GT500. Right off the bat, the styling. Really love what they did right from Ford, and I think Shelby American was very smart not to change a whole lot. They did some very smart things. Now, everything in this corner is gonna be your stock. You have your wire mesh, gonna be flowing all that air. You have your splitter that goes across the bottom with the Shelby name. Where we're gonna see some changes is here. Now, we still have the world's largest Cobra ever to be placed on a Shelby product, a Ford product, and you could take that to the bank. We measured it. It is the largest Cobra. What they did was, you'll notice some of the changes that they made behind the wire mesh here, especially on the right there. So you have your special edition badge, but we have more flow of that air to that radiator and all the other coolers and whatnot. So you're gonna get a larger heat exchanger. They made the supercharger pulley a little smaller, and that's gonna build more horsepower. Now, classic colors, Oxford white with the Kona blue racing stripes. When we go up onto the hood, this is where we're gonna see a change. This hood, when it goes into production, is gonna be full carbon fiber. This one is pre-production. The one that you'll get for an additional $30,000, one of 100, will be full carbon fiber. That's gonna shave almost 40 pounds off the front of the vehicle. And what's interesting is that, guess what? The placement of those heat extractors were actually done together with Shelby American and Ford Performance. They wanted to make sure that when you look at a heat extractor, it's not just about dragging the hot air out, it's about bringing the cool air in and bringing that aerodynamic flow. So the placement of those are spot on. Now, what they're gonna do is when they build your special edition GT500, you'll have full carbon fiber, everything will be painted, but they're gonna leave that with the carbon fiber exposed. And that, I think, is gonna give it that extra styling touch that many people like. Plus, you're getting that weight savings, 40 pounds less than a standard GT500. Now, when we come around the bend, and like I was saying, with that smaller supercharger pulley, you're looking at over 800 horsepower. Stock, this is 760. Now, when we look at the wheel and tire setup, you'll notice that the car, they actually lowered it a little bit more, because it's not just about ECU tuning. It's not just about a different supercharger pulley. They actually changed the tuning of the magnetic ride suspension. They put some Ford Performance lowering springs, that's gonna drop it about an inch. You have these beautiful forged aluminum wheels. So when you go forged, of course, that's a stronger, lighter wheel. Love the multi-spoke design. You're sticking with the stock 6-piston Brembo calipers. You have your 16.5-inch brake rotor, 2-piece aluminum. Love the Shelby name on the center cap. Of course, behind all this, you're gonna get thicker anti-roll bars. really make this a track weapon. And they actually did a lot of work at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with this GT500 SE to make sure customers are going to feel that difference between standard GT500 and what this is. Now, as we come down the side, I love the way they worked the side stripe all the way down with the Shelby name, Kona blue all the way back. You have your Signature Edition cut into the graphic in the back portion near the rear quarter. And then when we look at the rear tire setup, these, obviously these tires, they're not the Cup 2s, but that's a good thing. These are those Pilot Sport 4Ss. They're gonna give you great drivability, great stick, but also great wear. These are 315s on the rear. So up front, you have 305s, 315 out back, help get the power to the ground, of course, with the 373 gears, all the different coolers, keeping your differential cool, transmission and everything. That's gonna help with the performance. On the interior, you're gonna notice that they wrap the leather seats, so you're gonna get toll seats. And I don't know if maybe Victor could earn some money here and take a look and try to show off the interior. It actually looks really, really good with the stitching, the way the pattern is. It has that unique touch that Shelby American is known for. Very tasteful on the rear quarter panel, the Carroll Shelby badge. Great, great look. And then as we come to the rear, now this is your standard Shelby GT500 rear wing with your gurney flap. Let me give you a little bit of a history lesson. Dan Gurney, who is he? Dan Gurney was really that all-American racer. He won Le Mans in 1967. He won lots of different races, lots of different championships, but he also was an engineer. He is the man that helped develop this gurney flap, hence it being called a gurney flap. And what it does is it gives you extra downforce without creating a lot of extra drag. Another wonderful thing about Dan Gurney is that if you are a race car fan, and I know a lot of you are, is he is the man back in 1967 that won the coveted 24 Hours Le Mans for Ford for a second time. Because remember, that iconic win was 1966. That's the one from the movie. Well, guess what? The following year, it was done with American drivers, Dan Gurney, AJ Foyt, American car, and an American team. That was the first time that ever happened. In 67, they gave him a bottle of champagne. Guess what he did with it? He sprayed it all over the place, and that built that tradition. So not only do we get Dan Gurney creating history on the racetrack, also things that we still see, fast forward to 2020, the gurney flap, but also traditions at the racetrack. Now, when we get to the back, you're gonna notice very tasteful, gloss black. They took the Shelby name. You got your Signature Edition badge. You're gonna get that massive quad tip exhaust. It's a catback system, gonna give us that extra sound with the extra power that this one has. And then when we kind of loop it around here, I wanna show you in the sun what these wheels look like. So I'm gonna have Victor stand in that back corner there, and you can see what we're doing. They went ahead and put Ford Performance race studs on here, different nice lugs going on, and you're gonna get that wonderful style of the GT500 and that exclusivity, because remember, this is one of 100. That's all they're gonna produce. You get a CSM number, so that will go with the vehicle. You'll track it through the registry. You'll have that exclusivity. You'll have that extra power. And this was a program that was built between Ford Performance and Shelby American. And the way it works is, you come to Elder Ford, you buy a Shelby GT500, that car came from Flat Rock, Michigan. That's where it was built and assembled. This special edition goes from Flat Rock, Michigan, directly to Las Vegas, where Shelby American is, and that's why this is a true Shelby vehicle compared to the GT500. The GT500 is a Ford performance vehicle. These vehicles here are from Shelby American in Las Vegas, but nice to see them taking the new platform, bringing extra power, extra handling. That really creates the touches and those interior touches with all the badging and the new leather wrap seats. Really special to be here, to bring it to you first and let you see. Expect a drive of this at Elder Ford very soon once they get the production ones to the different dealerships. But if it's vehicles like these that you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, these performance modified cars, definitely leave a comment in that comment section. If you want to see more Shelby vehicles, leave that in the comment section, because remember, they got the Shelby Super Snake, which we're going to feature in a few moments here. You got your Shelby GT, you got your Shelby Super Snake F-150, so there's lots of choices, lots of variety for you to choose from if you want to take your Ford Performance product to the next level. And that's what makes Shelby American so great, because you're getting that connection, that whole past with the future and the present. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Ladies Rise merch. Got to give it to Victor. He's out here. I'm sweating like crazy. He's sweating like crazy. But you know what? That's what we do because we want to bring you the best. So thank you, Victor, for all your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.